all of us have storms. The only choice that we have is how we respond to those storms. And more specifically, when we respond to those storms. In Colorado, where I grew up, we are world famous for the Rocky Mountains. I'm just going to map out this story here for you so you can see it. And to the western part of the state, we have the Great Kansas Plains. Well, what a lot of people don't realize about Colorado is that as a state, we are divided almost exactly in half. And to the eastern part of the state, we have the Great Rocky Mountains over here to the western part of the state. And then the eastern part of the state is the Great Kansas Plains. So because of this unique topographical landscape where we have Rocky Mountains and the plains, Colorado is one of the only places in the world that has both buffalo and cows. And there's a fantastic lesson for leaders and salespeople and just influencers in general from learning and studying the way that these two creatures respond to storms. When storms come, storms almost always brew from the west, and then what happens is they roll out towards the east. And what cows do is cows can sense that a storm is coming from this direction, and so a cow will try to run east to get away from the storm. Now, the only problem with that is that if you know anything about cows, you know they're not real fast. So as the storm comes from this direction, the storm catches up with them rather quickly. Well, without knowing any better, the cows continue to try to outrun the storm. But instead of outrunning the storm, they actually run with the storm, maximizing the amount of pain and time and frustration they experience from that storm. Isn't that stupid? Humans do the exact same thing all the time. We spend so much of our lives constantly trying to avoid the inevitable challenges that come along from the difficult circumstances that our very own choices have led us to be in. What buffalo do is very unique for the animal kingdom. Buffalo wait for the storm to cross right over the crest of the peak of the mountaintop. And as the storm rolls over the ridge, buffalo turn, and what they do is they charge directly into the storm. They run at the storm, and by running at the storm, they actually run straight through it, which minimizes the amount of pain and time and frustration they experience from that storm. Notice how it's the exact same storm. It's such a great metaphor for all of us because even though we're in different parts of the country, right? You might be in Best Buy, you might be in Walmart, you might be focused on this product, that product, you might be early in your career, you might be later. All of us have storms. We always have storms, not even just professionally, but personally, right? There's some financial struggle we're going through or some relationship battle or some health issue, and we don't get to choose whether or not we have storms. The only choice that we have is how we respond to those storms. And more specifically, when we respond to those storms.